Where it's all black.
Okay, now it should be unmuted.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Whittier-Hill Church's end-of-year service ceremony. Today, we will have our end-of-year service, and we hope you... Oh, and also inside the chat room over there, wherever your chat room is located, if you could place who's watching and where you're watching from, that would be awesome. That way we can document this and put this into the prayer notebook as well. If you could do that, that would be awesome. So with that, I'd like to start today's ceremony.
Should we shout out who are here?
No, not yet. 祈祷海内 4 sincere claps. Please open your prayer books to page 2 for the mediation prayer. Mediation prayer. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Ikigami Gonko Daijin, sincerely and wholeheartedly, each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Ikigami Gonko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Gonko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Gonko Daijin Sama. Ikigami Gonko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living, to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Please open your prayer books to page 3 for Kami prayer. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth. Time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth is the life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is the truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise Tenchi Kanen no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as the divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many, not knowing the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes. Great is Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Kongo Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing, began a life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The Divine Parent's great wish was thus fulfilled. Kongo Daijin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth. And he knew not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieved, seeking salvation for all who suffered. And he knew not the dawning of day. Though years passed and the world changed, he did not waver from his task, divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenchi Kakitsuke, the guiding principle for our daily life. Divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of the Higami Kongo Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way, through all the hardships of this world, through pain of body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray. So we earnestly pray. Chido Keide, please bow your heads in prayer. 剣幕も賢き、木神金光大臣天地金の大家神様の御前に、金光教フェリーローセス教会長、井川教師先生の代わりで、金光教教師、高橋先生。かしこみも申さく、賢かれど我が天地金の神橋、神徳天地にあまねく道渡らせたまい、物皆を生かし、老図のこと整えさせたまい、飽きても天地の間に住む人間を神の愛しごと、めでい尽くしみたまいてあるわ。どうも賢きこと極みになん。On this warm afternoon, here at the Kongo Church of Whittier-Hill, on behalf of your beloved children, we have joined in one heart to share our love, sincerity, and appreciation to you for the blessings, favors, and interventions we have received daily throughout 2020 for today's end-of-year ceremony. Thank you very much for the favors you have showered upon each of the Ujiko of the Whittier-Hill Church and the New York, New Jersey gathering. Many of us continue to receive your favor and interventions, especially in these recent times. We offer our hearts of appreciation for the daily goyo of our spiritual patriarch, Kyoshi Kongo-sama. Recently, we have learned of his intention to retire from his role in March of 2021. For many, including Reverends Wakiko and Kyoshigawa, as well as myself, he is someone that we truly looked up to. We are indebted to his son, Reverend Kyoji Kongo, who has always assisted us when asked. Albeit saddened by Kongo-sama's decision, we offer our heartfelt love and appreciation for the 30 years of goyo at the Okekka in headquarters, his prayers and teachings. We pray that you will keep him and his wife, Yaeko-sama, healthy in order for them to continue with their goyo. Today, we also remember and give thanks to the second spiritual patriarch, Kongo Shijin Sayuki no Kimi, who passed away today in 1893. Shijin Gonko took over after Gonko Daijin's passing. He served at the Okekkai for 10 years. Shijin-sama reminds us that as long as we have faith and ask Gonko Daijin for help, he will always be there to help us. We thank you for our parent church and parent minister, Gonko Church at Fukuzaki, Reverend Hironaoi Ushio. We thank you very much for Reverend Wakiko Igawa, who founded the Whittier-Hill Church, and Reverend Kyoshi Igawa, who is the present head minister. Please watch over both of them. At present, they are living with their daughter Kazuko and her ohana in New Jersey. Allow all of them to maintain a positive disposition. Keep them healthy, strong, active. Help them to keep their hearts turned to Kami-sama in order to share Gonko Daijin's teaching and help the Ujiko on the East Coast through 22. We offer our hearts of appreciation to Mrs. Kazuko Igawa Fong and her ohana, who has been caring for Reverend Igawa. Please watch over her and her ohana. Keep them calm, strong in faith, love, and health, and shower them with favors and interventions as they continue caring for Kyoshi-sensei and Wakiko-sensei. 2020 has been a year where your teaching, Ten to Chi no aida ni sumu ningen wa minna kami no ujiko. Humans living between heaven and earth are all the beloved children of Kami. Was truly important for all of us in light of what has been happening in states. We ask you to help us to not only keep unconditional love and compassion for all in our hearts, but also to reflect it in our daily lives. Help us to be embracing and loving, kind and generous to all, regardless of race, sexual orientation, size, nationality, one's skin color, gender identity, age, occupation, social status, etc. I implore you to please use each of us to make an impact, big or small, on our communities, cities, counties, and countries. Guide us in our hearts and our actions to be embracing, loving, kind, and generous. Since March of this year, the novel coronavirus has affected people's lives, their physical and mental health and livelihoods. The numbers in Los Angeles County and California continue to rise. In Los Angeles County alone, there are approximately 597,000 cases. And throughout California, there are approximately 1.83 million cases. And in the United States as a whole, 17.6 million cases, with over 10 million having recovered. We are so grateful for the vaccines from Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna that have recently received CDC approval. We pray that with each mask worn and each vaccine given, this will be the start of a new world where people will begin living an adapted normal life, and one where love and compassion for our brothers and sisters is part of our daily lives. As this year comes to an end, we take this opportunity to reflect on this long and trying year for many of us. It is the third Gonko-sama who taught us nan wa mikage, where hardship is Kami's favor. We also ask that you please take our hands and help us to use this opportunity as a means of reflection and resurrection upon our lives, faiths, hearts, and actions. Allow us to reflect on the favors, blessings, and interventions received throughout this year, and especially throughout the pandemic. We pray for the victims of tragedies, natural and human-made disasters, to recuperate materially, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Please continue to watch over all who are suffering from illness and disease. We pray for those suffering from mental and physical illnesses and disorders, dementia, cancer, COVID-19, heart disease, etc. Your divine intervention and favor grant these individuals a renewed life and guide them to becoming useful individuals to society. However, we also pray for those who are their caretakers. Allow them to get time off for themselves. Allow them a moment of sanity and serenity, and give them the additional strength to continue loving and caring for their loved ones. As we continue working to achieve our goals in our individual lives, whether it be for our occupation, studies, relationships, and personal growth, help us to remember to enjoy the blessings we're receiving every day. And we ask for your protection and guidance with every step we take. Please give us the strength to move forward in all aspects of our lives and help us to live a Kami-centered life as we're allowed to live in the universe through your grace. Kami Kongko Daijin Sama Tenchi Kanu Kami-sama, we implore you to please use us as instruments of peace, to make an impact big or small on our communities, cities, counties, and countries. Guide us in our hearts and our actions to be embracing, loving, kind, and generous. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, let us offer forgiveness. Where there is discord, let us build peace. As I bring this prayer to a close, it is our prayer that we can end this year safely, in peace and harmony, love and joy. We pray that the blessings and favors of today's service is granted and received by all here today and those who could not join us. May ke aloha pume hana, mahalo anuie, our beloved Kami Kongko Daiji, Tenchi Kami no Kami. Now, please raise your heads. Representing Reverends Kyoshiwa Kikorigawa is Avalon Kigawa and James Ivy. Representing the rest of our congregation is Miss Miko Sanchez. Please open your prayer books to page 7 for the Adoration Prayer. Adoration Prayer. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep, living amid such gifts of Kami's great giving. How happy and grateful we are. The mediation of the Kami Kongko Daijin does not stop for a single day. The protection of the Divine Parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami. We honor the power of Kami. Chido Haide for sincere claps. Chido Haide for sincere claps. Chido Keide, please bow your heads in prayer. Starting with the Kandori family, Konko family, Ushio family, and the Nakabayashi family, including the late Reverend Akinobu Konko, I respectfully call upon the following families to join us today. Konko Daijin sama no goryoushin, parents of Konko Daijin. Gosonpu sama, father, Juhei Kandori no Mitama no Kami. Gobodo sama, mother, Shimo Kandori no Mitama no Kami. Ushio family, Nakabayashi family, Hideshima family, Otsubo family, Niiyama family, Goto family, Takeda family, Tsuki family, Igawa family, Kikegawa family, Saiki family, Matsumoto family, Tanaka family, Ofero family, Ivy family, Sanchez family, Landeros family, Hueli family, Fong family, Ping family, Ota family, Lin family, Ayabe family, Brown family, Fujimoto family, Furuya family, Matsui family, Miyagawa family, Hitaka family, Nakayama family, Omura family, Tagami family, Tepnappa family, Urata family, Yamamoto family, Yamauchi family, Yasutake family. Thank you all for watching, guiding, and protecting us in our daily lives. We also honor those who passed away in the month of December. Nidai Konko sama, Konko Shirin Tsuyaiki no Kimi, the second Konko sama, Shirin Konko. Kyoso sama, Yonnan, Konko Daijin, Oji Tatewake no Mikoto no Mitama no Kami. Konko Daijin's fourth son, Hagyo Konko. Godai Konko sama Sannan, the present Konko sama's third son, and Reverend Wakio Igawa's seminary classmate, Reverend Akinobu Konko Oiratsuko no Mitama no Kami. Konko Kyo San Francisco Kyokai Shodai Fukuda Yoshaki no Kimi no Mitama no Kami. The Konko Church of San Francisco's founding minister, Reverend Yoshiaki Fukuda. Konko Kyo Whittier-Hill Kyokai Shodai Takahashi Haruko Margaret Hime no Mitama no Kami. Konko Mission of Whittier-Hill founding minister, Reverend Haruko Margaret Takahashi no Mitama no Kami. Corman Fairbrook, Fumio Gomi, Masako Igawa Teruwa Hime no Mitama no Kami. Sakiko Igawa Tsuyuka Wakugo no Mitama no Kami. Tomino Lang Toji no Mitama no Kami. Mr. Kyoshi Miyagawa no Mitama no Kami. Bert Manabu Urata Shikateru Itsuhashira Ushi no Mitama no Kami. Kyo Nakabayashi no Mitama no Kami. Kenji Yoshida no Mitama no Kami. Please receive the offerings placed before you as simple tokens of our appreciation, as well as our hearts and prayers of love, appreciation, and sincerity. Also, please join your respective families during this holiday season and join them in welcoming 2021 in 12 days. Please continue to watch over, guide, and protect all of us. Kamadasuki kakete inoranai yo noya, yano miyoya no kami no chihai yo. Kamadasuki kakete inoranai yo noya, yano miyoya no kami no chihai yo. Now, please raise your heads. So, tomoni haide 4 sincere claps along with the head officiant. Please open your prayer books to page 14 for ancestral prayer. Dear Mikama spirits, everlasting and integral part of the divine parent of the universe, we pray that the Mikama of our ancestors and family, as well as the Mikama of all people, are in eternal peace and happiness. To you who have gone before us, we give thanks wholeheartedly for paving the way through hardships and self-sacrifice, in order that we, who are here today, can receive all the benefits of your endeavors. To you, our ancestral spirits, we gratefully acknowledge the protection and guidance which you have bestowed upon us. We pray that you continue to protect and guide us throughout our daily lives. We pray that we realize and develop your divine virtue this and every day. Chido Haide, 4 sincere claps. Oh, see, hi Kyoshi. He's in Seattle. Hi Adam. Thank you for telling us who's watching. We appreciate that. Today is our end of the year service here at the Whittier Church. Once a month since the pandemic. Well, not since the pandemic started, actually. I think we started in June. I've been coming up to help perform services and help out here. And it was so interesting. If I will be the first to say that hashtag COVID sucks. No problem saying that at all. But even amongst the fact that it might suck, I think there has to be some golden lining behind it, silver lining behind all of this. I was sharing with Igawa Sensei the other day when I was talking to them on the FaceTime or whatever the thing is called. I said, in my daily prayers, I would always say that I would like to come up once a month in appreciation. Once a month in appreciation. And I did that. So on the 29th of this month, it will make 2 years since I moved to San Diego. And I was pretty good about coming up once a month in 2019, pretty good. And then that stopped because my work schedule got crazy, church got a little crazy, people had me flying all over the place, so I couldn't come once a month. That was becoming impossible. So I only came up for probably Odaisai or grand ceremonies only. And then COVID hit. And then, I felt so bad because I know, Igawa Sensei wants to be here, but they're quite safe. They have to be where they are at the moment, very safe in New Jersey. And so I asked permission if it would be okay to come up here to help with services, to help take care of the Hiromai, and Wakiko Sensei and Kyoshi Sensei were really, really happy about that. And so since then, every single month, I've been up here the third weekend. And we've had some good weekends, huh? James is here, but James doesn't look like he gained weight. So we've done a very bad job of putting weight on him. But the rest of us look like we've done a great job putting on some weight. Don't you think so? Avalon's fighting it, but I'm sure there's just a sliver of something. I'm not sure. But anyway, I think we've come up and it's been such a joy because every time I come up here, I always leave feeling energized. I always leave feeling more positive about what I need to do, my next steps. And that's what I love about this place. In the main prayer today, we talked in it, I read a portion about Konko Shijin-sama. Shijin-sama is Konko Daijin, the founders, not eldest son who took over after him. He's not the oldest. He's just the son who took over after him. And Shijin-sama, what's interesting about him is he only served for 10 years. He's the shortest. He served at the Okekai the shortest amount of time. But it's during his time that he was probably the strictest. If you read his teachings, it's the strictest teachings that we have. He's also one of the most interesting individuals because he admits, I don't have virtue. I have no power. My faith is lacking. And he always said that when he did prayers, he wasn't the only one in the Hiromai doing prayers. That at a specific time of day, his father would come out and do the prayers with him. Or, oh gosh, I was just listening to it last night, but his father would come out and do the prayers with him. And this reminds me of what Wakiko Sensei always talks about. Wakiko Sensei always talks about with your faith, and if you ask Konko-sama for help, Konko-sama will always be there to help you. And any Igawa child in here, and one's watching me at the moment, another one's watching me at the moment, I think Kazuko's watching at the moment, any of these three will admit this is something that Wakiko Sensei has kind of pushed into their brains all their lives. Am I correct? See, I know my Wakiko Sensei, don't I? And she's right. She's absolutely right. I tell this story all the time, and since I've been here, I've probably said 1,000,001 times. But there's no way I could have found a place to live and a job in 2 weeks' time since coming on December 29th, and within 2 weeks to find a job that pays me at part-time rate, at my part-time rate of 60%, my full-time salary in Hawaii. There's no way I could find a job like that. I ask myself quite often, how the heck do I live based off of my salary? And somehow Kami-sama has allowed me to live for 2 years with my salary, supporting my own church and now helping to support the Whittier-Hill Church. I have no clue how that happens, and I only have Kami-sama and Konko Daijin to trust. And so here's where I want to challenge all of you. And so before I leave, this is my end. This is my challenge to each of you. Before this year is up, I would love for you to send to Kyoshi Sensei, Wakiko Sensei's email, KCR what? WH. We'll put it in the chat room later on. I'll have Avalon put it in the chat room later on. To send to their email a reflection of what 2020 was like, but not the negative. The things that were positive that you saw happen for you. What positive things that you saw happen? There has to be. Because as granted, hashtag COVID sucks for me, I know that there were so many positive things in retrospect. So many wonderful things. The fact that I get to see Miko, James, and Avalon once a month, one of the biggest things I love and I get so excited about. We get to have very fattening food that for some reason just goes right through James, and for the rest of it just sticks to us. I don't know. You can't. I like black because this black makes me look very slim. That's why I like to wear this. But there has to be. And, I'm beginning to find a lot of it. I may not have been able to travel to Europe this winter, but I was able to go back home for a second time to Hawaii to watch over my parents, help my little brother out. I was able to have local food. Oh my gosh, I was craving local food like Korean chicken from Zippy's, real poke, not the stuff you have here on the continent. Just such ono food. Mochi, oh my gosh, you talk about it, we ate it. So, there is a silver lining behind all this. There has to be. And I ask and I challenge you, before December 31st, that you send, and I'm going to have Avalon type in in the chat room the email address. Please share with Igawa Sensei, Reverend Kyoshi Igawa, and Reverend Wakiu Igawa, what are the positives that you received? And to say thank you to Kami-sama for that, because I think that is so important to remember. There are so many positives that happen. And here's my challenge, second challenge to all of you. Will you ask Kami-sama, will you ask Konko-sama, as the second Konko-sama would always do, as Wakiko Sensei always do, will you ask Konko-sama to be a part of your everyday life? And everything you do, ask Konko-sama to be a part of that. I challenge you to do that. I already know 2 people have accepted that challenge and they are practicing it. It's not an easy challenge, but I challenge you to do that. I think that would be something that Kyoshi Sensei and Wakiko Sensei would be so happy. So with that, I'm going to end today's service. I want to thank all of you who joined us today. Again, please remember, there's 2 challenges, but before December 31st, to that email address that Avalon has so graciously typed into the chat room, please send to Kyoshi Sensei, Wakiko Sensei, your stories of blessings and reflections of 2020, positive things. And then moving forward, challenge number 2, incorporating Kami-sama, Konko-sama into your everyday lives. Thank you. And we shall see you in 2021. Ahui ho!